The only way to get rid of a spiritual attachment or a parasite, in my opinion, is to stop believing that it is happening to you, to stop believing that it is attached to you, to stop believing in the thing. When you give something your energy, you give life to it. And this is not to discredit what you're going through, because when you're going through this shit, you're going to see so much evidence of this thing being true. You'll see evidence of spiritual attacks happening to you. You'll see all the signs. But that's because you're also looking for the signs. You might have seen one thing that essentially led you down this rabbit hole, but what you forgot was that there are multiple explanations for anything. Anybody can explain something that you're going through in a negative spiritual aspect, but they can also explain it in a positive spiritual aspect. Duality, okay? The yin and yang. There is multiple ways, not just two, but there's multiple ways to explain something. So rewrite the story that you're telling yourself. This is all essentially just one aspect of it. Once you decide that this is no longer your reality, you'll be led to things that are spiritually going to help you with this, like a different type of cleansing modality or something like that. Everything else will be aligned, but first you got to get your mind right, because once you get your mind right, everything else will follow. Once you set your intention with the universe will give you the tools that you need. I was feeling like there were people sending me black magic. I felt like there were people attacking me spiritually and making me think these negative thoughts. There comes a certain point where you become so fed up with it that you decide to take back your own power, and that is the key. Because if you're saying that other people are making these things happen in your life, they sent you this negative energy, or even an attachment, a spiritual parasite is making these things happen in your life, you're giving your power away, and the key is to reclaim it. How do you reclaim it? You say, that's not happening. We're going to rewrite the story. What you're telling yourself is only one way to explain it. But what if you tapped into a different reality of it? What if you tapped into a different version of the story? And while I was going through this whole process, I was essentially channeling different spiritual exercises, like shadow work type of exercises that I can do every day for 7 weeks. And I recorded myself doing this, and that's how I created my workshop, Survival Mode Off. So if you feel like you need a little bit of guidance doing it, kind of want someone to do it with you, we can do it together. Enroll in my workshop, and it's essentially traveling back in time, and you can get out of this with me, because essentially what it is survival mode. Your mind is in survival mode. You're in victim mentality, fight or flight response mode, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing, but essentially you are feeling like life is happening to you instead of for you. It's really easy to regurgitate these things and say, oh yeah, no, life is always happening for me. But to truly believe it, you need to see it. And these exercises, they help you to see it. They help to clear out that energy and to work through it and see, okay, like, what is this actually telling me, and how can I flip the script on what I'm telling myself? Now, of course, there are a ton of different ways that you can go about releasing these attachments and closing these portals. This is essentially what just worked for me. I did a bunch of different cleansings. I did a lot of different things to try to release this energy, but it would not go until I decided that it wasn't even a thing. So if you need help doing this, and if you want some guidance, make sure that you join my workshop, Survival Mode Off. It's a self-paced 7-week workshop. You take your time with it. You have full access to it for a year, and it's changed my life, and I hope that it does the same for you, but I know it will.